My name is Francine, and I'm here with my channel, the Hermetic Herald, again. And I'm here for a healing message for you guys because I want to cater to just the feeling I've been having about the importance of healing and our shadow work. So I feel like I'm constantly doing shadow work, as we all are on our journey, and I feel like when you're intentional about it, it can kind of catch you by surprise. So I think that sometimes when we get caught off guard and there are so many other things going on in our circle, in our lives, we sometimes get caught, we kind of feel like we're not focusing on our heart space and on our emotions and also on our relationships. So I feel like I need to do, and I'd like to do a live cater to that in particular. It's so cool. So Spirit's already giving me a couple of cards to work with for you guys. So if you guys are new to my channel, thank you for tuning in. For those of you past, present, future that decide to come into this live or to other lives that I have, I will be doing these kind of erratically for now until I can kind of get an idea of what times and dates are best for me. So whenever I'm free, whenever my son is free, or at least sleeping, I should say, that's when I feel most drawn to do this. So let's see what comes out here. What healing messages does Spirit want to give for the collective? And what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to just get some sage really quick. Hold on one second. Sage. Just want a sage for you guys as well. Cleanse our aura, cleanse our energy before we start the message, because it's really important to come from not just a clean slate, but really allowing yourself to breathe, and if you're not able to, finding the ability to kind of center yourself and to get grounded. So if you guys feel like you need to get centered, you need to ground yourself before this message comes through, I recommend that. So decide to do whatever it is that makes you feel more at peace within, makes you feel more open and receptive to what messages are going to come through. I recommend that. If you're watching this later on, in the comfort of your home, and you feel like you can go back to this later, feel free. I'm going to save this video for later. Spirit team, thank you so much for the messages that are going to come through for the collective today. Thank you so much for being here, for always helping and guiding all of us on our journey. And thank you so much for the people that are going to be here, that are going to hear this message. Thank you so much to my spirit guides, to my ancestors that are watching over me and watching over us as well. I ask that all of the messages that are meant to come through will be for the highest good of all, and that any energies that come through this reading, or the people that come through to see this reading, I ask that would be returned to sender tenfold. I ask that all messages would come through in the manner that they're meant to, and also that the energy would also be met with the exact energy as well. And as we go through this message, please allow the energy of whatever the sender has given to be returned to them and intensify as they go. Only love, only peace, only kindness will come through and break through in this energy, in this space. The negativity, the anger, the resentment, allow that to be placed where it's supposed to in their healing process, but please allow us to operate only in the highest level, in the highest frequency here on this platform. Thank you so much, and Ashe. Ishe. So I feel like we can get started. Let's see what Spirit has to share with the collective today. Alrighty. So some of you, what I'm feeling really strongly, I'm getting 3 cards here for you guys to start off. We have journey, family room, and marriage. And I think some of you, and I'm feeling like 21 is very intentional. So I'm feeling as though something happened for someone here in 2021 that had to do with their home space, their sanctuary at home. Something happened where you began to see this place not as just a domicile for you to sleep in, to rest in, but a place that you can truly call home in all aspects. Spirit wants to highlight the importance of letting yourself really feel at home where you are. So many of you might have actually felt like you didn't belong in a number of spaces, and maybe you felt like you couldn't really unpack with the journey card coming through. Yeah, unpack and feel really at rest and at peace with yourself and with your environment. So Spirit's highlighting that here, that there is rest and that there is this stability that's coming in that's going to make you feel really at home within yourself and also within your family. So some of you also feel like in 2021 something big happened in regards to your family as well. Maybe you started a family in 2021. Maybe you have a 3-year-old, or something about children is also coming up here, and partnership with the family, with the home, with your partner as well is coming through. So you might be a family of 3. Spirit wants to highlight that. And if that's resonating for you, that's confirmation of this message. But maybe something happened within the home, because courtroom is at the bottom of the deck as well. That might have to do with you having to go through something karmic within your home space, within your home life, that Spirit wants to address here today. That there had to be some recognition of certain things within the home that you had to develop or you had to address in order to move forward and to grow and to learn and mature. Something about that's coming through. At the bottom of the deck is courthouse, as we just stated. It's distant horizons and coffin. So something ended here, and I'm getting main male. So something ended here with regards to maybe someone in the home. Maybe it was the male in the family. Something happened there. But marriage and your perception of partnership has changed dramatically in this time. And I'm also seeing here that we have at the bottom of the deck unlimited possibilities. Now the possibilities are endless. You're not feeling like you're stuck in a box anymore. You're restricted in some way in regards to how you perceive family, how you perceive marriage, how you perceive relationships, partnerships. Justice is also here. Okay, so these are all the overall energies of the deck that the decks we're using here. We have self-love. You had to put yourself first in this situation. Number 41 is coming through, if you guys can see that. I want to see if I can get the light to kind of hit it better. So 41 reduces to 5. This is transformation at its highest. It's like transformation rapidly, and it's really about a metamorphic type energy here. You guys changed and transformed your perception of family, your perception of the home, and you've made it your own here. We have 1, 3, and 3 here numerologically. So you guys have transformation here twice, which also adds to 6. 6 is about your responsibilities. It's about your karmic balance as well. So there's karmic retribution here, and about yourself. You might even be a life path 1 as well, because it seems as though you're looking at your identity and how you identify with yourself and also with your family and with the family you've created. We have here, have faith. Trust your faith in the situation. Someone here needs to know that they need to trust themselves in the situation, and they need to have faith. And in this picture, we see this woman, this person, it seems as though it's a fairy that's looking up and has all of these butterflies tethered and is holding them, and they're helping her fly. There's something about you going through such a metamorphosis, I should say, so many different ones, that you've come out of it with a higher perspective. It's like you've gotten such a grander understanding and image of the world around you through these experiences. And they want you to have faith in that if they've done it for you before, your guides, your spirit team, they've done it for you before, they can do it again. And that this is just a part of peeling back the layers and the quality of what you used to perceive as enough for you. You have now some other understanding of what you want, and that it's more than what you thought you needed. Number 12 is also highlighted here. I don't know why I'm feeling like 12 disciples, so someone here might have a background in Christianity as well, because I'm feeling like you've gone through so many things, so many trials and tests, that the number 12 to me is 3, which is funny that it's coming out again here. But it feels like there's something about 12 that's very important. You might be also born in December, so you might be a Sag. Spirit is also highlighting protection, that you are protected at this time. And what's funny is Rowan came through. This is the type of herb that might be helpful to you. I would recommend looking up Rowan as well. But it's a very protective herb, and Spirit wants to highlight your ability to stay grounded. Not even to stay grounded, but for there to be these influences in your life that are protecting you. It feels as though you might have felt like you were alone, but there were a lot of instances where you were actually very, very much protected. The faith aspect is coming through, the need to have faith in what is surrounding you and what is assisting you and transforming you. And patience is at the bottom. So having patience and having faith are a virtue is what I'm hearing. So someone here might have felt really annoyed by the idea of virtue, of like patience and faith, because they want to know now, they want to understand now. But there's something about you growing so much from that. Be thankful for where you've come and where you're going. There's something about that as well here. So we're just going to start. That wasn't even the beginning of our message. So technically it was, but we didn't have to pull anything. So let's see what Spirit has to say. Spirit guides, angels, ancestors, what messages would you like to share to the collective here? I feel like I need to go here strongly. And what's interesting is we have the 4 of Wands coming through, which is like home life, family, and stuff like that. And then the Knight of Pentacles. Yellow, I feel, is your color, because yellow is coming through so much. So I would look into the healing surrounding the color yellow. Something about that is important here. I think of the sun. Someone here maybe needs to go out more, because I'm seeing also the sun in this picture as well. Someone needs to really soak up the sun. And maybe you guys are in a place where it gets rainy, and there's a need for you to actually allow yourself to spend more time out, because you need the sun. You need to soak up that vitamin D, okay? So, interesting. This card came through, number 11, New Day. It's a new day for the collective. The collective is now going into a new beginning. There's something that was shed in the past, which is why the number 10 is here. You've ended something in your journey, and now you're returning to. It's like, I don't even want to say returning. It's like you're going off on some expedition here, and it's like completely new territory for you. You've broken ground. New territory. I keep hearing new territory. Are there any other healing messages? Yeah, we have emotional release, number 37, which reduces to 10. So it reduces to 10 here again. So you guys have a lot of 10s coming through. You might be seeing 10-10. You might be seeing 3-3-3. That's coming through a lot. You might see 2-1-2. Spirit wants to highlight, or 1-1-1. Spirit wants to highlight that this is a new day for you. That this journey of self-love is opening up into something stronger for you, that you're deepening your understanding of love, of loving yourself. We have changes reducing to 11. So you have a lot of divine synchronicities coming to you. If you don't already notice them, there's so many of them already in this reading here. So spirit guides, angels, ancestors, what other messages would you like to share with me, with the collective, that I can help them see or understand here? Spirit guides, angels, ancestors, what messages do you have for the collective joining in here? Someone here needs to really strengthen their boundaries, because that's what I'm hearing. Boundaries are very important. What's interesting is I felt drawn to put Unakite here, so you might also be from North Carolina, because it's here a lot, okay? And then what I also noticed is that Unakite is really good with setting boundaries, with standing up for yourself, and it has the color of the heart chakra with the green and the pink. So it's like bringing and inviting in only the highest frequency of love and healing, and not disowning or ignoring the shadow attributes, but not welcoming those things in as your place of solace, like recognizing patterns that need to be uprooted, and also seeing like the relationships you have in your life. There's an importance in recognizing people that are not for your highest good, and the people that are not truly there for you, that want to see you grow, that want to see you expand, that want to see you transform into your best self. That's something that someone needs to understand here. We have speak the language of love. I'm hearing that someone here likes to say a lot, and sometimes they feel tongue-tied, and Spirit wants to highlight that for some reason. 1 second, guys. I'm just gonna put do not disturb here. I don't want to have something come up on my screen, so. Okay, but yeah, someone here needs to understand speaking the language of love, of loving words have the power to change lives, including your own. Letting people speak to you and to speak lovingly to you, to actually impart a lot of wisdom. Letting people encourage you, because I feel like someone here is also, their love language is words of affirmation. There's something about speaking to people and also letting people speak to you. Maybe you're always the person that tends to have the compliments or to say something that's really impactful to someone, but you don't really allow yourself to really let the words, the information that people say to you, the compliments sink in. So Spirit wants you to also really be aware of how you speak and how you also let people speak to you. Okay. Bottom of the deck is the only thing that is real is love. Shift your focus back to love. And it reminds me of like how the human experience is so much more than what the majority of people see. And that there's this duality about it. There's so much like there's so much to learn, and I think the more you understand about the world, the less you really know. And it's like you recognize that you learn in all things can teach you. And there's something here also about like letting people come into your life in every form and accepting them as teachers, rather than assuming that they're not able to do that. Like for instance, if a child comes into your life, let's say you're actually this person here that had a child in 2021 and you are learning how to be a mother to that child. Marriage doesn't always have to involve and embody like two people in like a committed relationship. This could be like your children, your partnerships, your karmic or otherwise, your connections with people, and your decisions to incarnate to help someone in this life or the next, or this enjoying the company of your child. There's something about like being comfortable with learning from someone that's younger than you, someone that may depend on you, but recognizing that they have they have so much knowledge and information to share with you. It's not just you teaching them, but them teaching you. Everything around you is teaching you. And that's what I think everyone in this chat is going to recognize, or this live needs to recognize and shift their reality into seeing the totality of every lesson as not being negative. Lessons a lot of the time get bad rap, or a bad rap. It's like people think lessons are negative inherently, but I think that all of them can be beautiful. There are really tough, uncomfortable, and painful lessons, no doubt. But I feel like someone here needs to also shift the way that they see and perceive lessons, and also the way that they perceive the people around them. I'm thinking of this incident on Twitter because I'm on there as well. But I felt like sharing this with you guys. There's some people out there that still think that children are not smart enough, intuitive enough to do something or to say something or to speak up for themselves, but they are. There's something here about you having to respect the people in your life that you thought were lesser than you or were ignorant, when in reality they were not. When you look at your child, there are connections that come from other lifetimes as well. Some people don't recognize that their literal child was their grandmother, was their grandfather. They don't recognize that that child, or that your neighbor's child was your grandmother, your grandfather. We tend to forget how dualistic and how much bigger this world is than what we perceive, okay? Sometimes we think, oh yeah, that's just a kid, okay, next door. Like that person doesn't know anything, but that person might be very impactful. They have a different focus in life, but you have to respect every single individual, because you don't really know why those connections are there and what they're teaching you. So I want someone here to open up to the understanding that respecting the boundaries of others and respecting the existence of others, including animals, including nature, right? Respecting how long and how much they can teach you. When you go outside and you look at trees, you don't realize how much older they are than you, do you? A lot of people don't think about how much older they are. The world is older than you, and for some of you. And sometimes we tend to think, oh, we can treat this any which way we want, but we're learning. As long as you're open to learning and shifting your perspective, that is what Spirit really wants to talk about. How you view the world, how you view the people in this world, how you view wisdom is going to determine how wise you really are and how much you're going to learn. If you're not willing to look at to learn from someone because of their external characteristics, their physical characteristics, you're more ignorant than I thought. And I really feel like we all come to that understanding that we were once battling and fighting a lot of principalities and thought processes, but it's time to change the way that we used to think about things. Okay, it's weighing us down to continue to think in a certain way. We have to think for ourselves, and we have to not let anything like hurt and anger and trauma hold us back from loving people for who they are and for shifting our reality of how we perceive them. It's changing, okay? It's a new day. The sun is here. I feel like you guys are really coming into that understanding of perception and how it affects your whole reality, your existence, okay? So I hope someone there got something out of that, okay? So we have the Tower at the bottom of the deck right there as I shuffled, and we have the Page of Cups and the Hermit. It's like finding your inner child again. Being able to connect with your inner child and to really tap into your inner child again is really being highlighted here. Some of us have been fed a bunch of lies about what it means to be mature, and that it means that you have to be very busy. And that's definitely just not the case. There's something beautiful about introspection and about growing and allowing yourself to do that in the comfort of wherever you find yourself or consider yourself to be at home. It could be even like just a space in like a closet, or like just one space where you can really put it together and allow yourself to sit there and breathe and meditate and spend time doing what you love. There's somewhere that you need to create a sacred space in order to really connect with your inner child here. Alrighty, ancestors, what overall messages would you like to talk about? So I feel like my ancestors want me to say this. So when I was first picking out the cards, I heard them say black and fire. And like that's obviously how it looks, but there's depth to that. So there's depth to this message. And I think Spirit really wants to highlight to you guys the importance of fire. Someone needs to really focus on the element of fire and how they have a connection to it. Trial by fire is what I'm hearing as well. So someone here is going through a trial by fire, and there's something about you having to go through it in order to understand something, and it's been really hard on you. Trial by fire. Okay. Yeah, there's been upheavals for people here that are listening to this message, where like you've been going through like a lot of, I'm seeing Greece. So someone here may be wanting to go to Greece or from Greece or has Greek ancestry, or there's something about Greece coming through here. It could be even like what guides are helping me, they might be Greek. So that's kind of interesting here. So Spirit wants me to highlight, and our ancestors want to highlight, clearing your mind. Be present, focus, and embrace. So someone here needs to really allow themselves to clear their minds to hear them. And I'm hearing echoes of silence. So I don't know if that's a song or a reference that someone here is going to get, but they want to say echoes of silence. We also have enjoy new beginnings. And that's pretty much what I've been saying from the beginning with the 10s. You guys are enjoying new beginnings. You're celebrating, socializing, changing. This is you coming out of hermit mode for many of you and coming into a lot of your intentions, because you have intentions for something here, to create something, and there's a lot to celebrate that's coming in because you've done the work, and faith is just what you need right now. Faith is what you need to keep going, to keep moving and keep pressing forward. And we had the High Priestess at the bottom right there. So your intuition, it operates well when you're able to have more time to be introspective. Someone here needs to be more introspective and take more time to think, okay? Because you're actually able to tap in really well when you allow yourself to just think for a second. Someone here needs to clear their mental space. So we have 4 cards coming through. We have the King of Wands, we have the Knight of Wands, we have the 3 of Swords, and we have the Queen of Swords, addressing your pain. When you clear your mind, you're going to be able to address some pain, deep pain in regards to the way you love yourself. I pointed at this, so I want to see what there is. Number 10, we have number 10 3 times, guys. Burden. Someone here needs to address a burden on their heart and on their mind in regards to their home life, in regards to where they call home, and in regards to their family life. So we have the King of Wands coming in, where it's an energy of getting things done, an energy of standing on your throne, but looking and overseeing the actions that you've done to get to this point. There's something about you being not only the King of Wands, but the Knight, of continuously healing and addressing a number of different things in your self-love journey, in your partnership for some of you, because it's like I'm feeling like a partnership as well is related to this. Have faith in what you've already pursued and what you've gotten at the end of it. Someone here has already gone through some lesson and they've recognized that, but they have to remind themselves of it. Don't go back to something that you know is not for you because you've done the emotional release necessary in order to cut ties with it. Don't run back to it. Run from it is what I'm hearing. We have the 3 of Swords, of addressing painful endings into this happy new beginning. There's something new that's coming in with your way of thinking about the world and reality, and also of your happiness. So the certain things in your life that once made you really happy, you're excited, certain things in terms of that have changed. I'm hearing uprooted again, uprooted self, uprooted flesh as well. Like someone here thinks that way or says things in that manner. You have a clearer way of seeing things, of seeing how... Wow, I'm getting a lot of biblical references. So someone here may find like solace in the Bible or in their upbringing. But I'm seeing the Queen of Swords, and when I saw her, I actually saw like her cutting her arm off, which is really weird at first for me to think about. But I realized there's a scripture reference about doing that rather than staying in something that isn't benefiting you. It's better to cut off or to lose your left eye than to stay or to linger in something. I don't recall the reference, but the main understanding of that is to not allow yourself to sit in something that is not meant for you, that is not good for you, that is not benefiting you. You had clarity on something, and now you're meant to get out of that energy, to get out of something that was tugging at your ability to love yourself, that was making things conflicted and burdening you. something was very oppressive about this energy and you had to cut ties, and you did cut ties from that, so that's good. We have the 5 of Swords at the bottom, so that's like confronting something and fighting, standing your ground. We have the Tower and Judgment. So yeah, you guys did something recently that was really hard for you, but you did it because it produced the best response, it was like the best thing for you at that time. And it took some time for you to make that decision, but once you cut ties, you're done. I'm getting Virgo energy here as well. So let's see what's coming through for you guys. What messages do you have for the collective spirit? What other messages would you like to share? What other messages would you like to share? Oh yeah, we have patience. And we have adventure at the bottom. So we have Samphire and we have Trout Lily. So you guys are moving into a new adventure, moving into something really exciting. And the thing with that is you've been waiting for this for a long time, and we have patience on I was gonna say on the deck. Are you guys watching this video on a deck or like in your patio or something? But Spirit wants to highlight patience. That you've been through a really hard time and a rough patch, and now Spirit wants you to see that there is now time for you to really sit and to allow yourself to see and create and to continue moving forward. There's something that you guys might have an idea of doing that they want you to pursue, because I feel like you guys have been like ruminating on something that you're thinking about. I'm hearing Rumi. I don't know who that is. Okay, and we have the 4 of Fire, we have the High Priestess, and we have the 7 of Cups, the 7 of Water. It's like the world is your oyster. That's the energy I'm getting from this card. You're basically tapped in, and there's something about you celebrating now. You have the opportunity to celebrate and to enjoy so many different paths. There's going to be a number of pathways that come to you that are going to be really exciting with the 3 of Fire here. You have this entire landscape to survey. There's something about you having a multitude of options that you've been waiting for and that you've been very patient with. And we have the 10 of Air. This is an ending. This is ending all of that decision making that was really frustrating you, the fact that you had to wait for something to happen with patience coming in earlier. It's like now you get to rest, because the Ace of Swords was what you really wanted this whole time. You wanted clarity. You wanted to not have to deal with this, but it came in for you so that you can end that and move forward. So I feel like there was painful communication with somebody as well. Maybe you guys had a conversation and some really harsh words were said, but I want to talk about that. Let's see. For the people that have dealt with a partner that they had a fight with, what would you like to say in regards to that? Okay. What would you like to say in regards to that? Yeah. So we have the 7 of Air in reverse. No more lies. The deceit. The deceit was going on for so long that when you decided to get out of it and to move out of this energy, it came out. The Sun is here though. Enlightenment, awareness. It's not always easy to know the truth about a situation, to know the truth of something, but you had to know it for your highest good. Justice came through. As the lies, it's like you were prevented from seeing something because someone was trying to not disclose something to you that was important, and that ended up being something that was resisting justice or was holding justice back. But you guys have got this turned up now. So now you moved out of a relationship or some partnership where you were deliberating what to do. You were not sure how to proceed and how to move forward, but temperance was brought to you because the truth had to endure, and it had to come out in some way, and we have the Fool. So this is your story, guys. You guys moving out of a really difficult time where you couldn't even really communicate with this person, and it was really painful to know of something that wasn't told to you, that was being hidden up in these trees here. There was something that was right above you, but you couldn't see it, and now there's justice. So that's